All right, we should be live. What is up, everyone? Let me make sure the audio levels are good. Don't want the whole me talking to nobody with zero volume happening again. All right, we're good. Looks like we do have desktop audio for background music. How's everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. We got some early people in the chat. Who was first today? We got Kale130. What's up, Kale? So I definitely know who does get the notifications when it does go out. But Kale was first. What's up? What's up, Craig Lilly? Always one of the early people. Shane Eslick, as always, from Down Under. Stang 2007. We got our mod, Jason Witmer. Who else we got? Oh, we got Kevin going here as well. What's up, you two? Hope y'all doing good. Hope everyone's doing well. Isaac, how you doing? We got Riot Noob, Federico Gonzalez, as always. Let's see. I didn't miss any. I want to make sure I don't miss any names. What's up, Pika Wubs? How you doing? Musashi, Hazard Me. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing well. I'm really trying to pick up the APEVIA card, but I will wait to get your affiliate link. We got ABS or ABS. First time joining one of the streams. Awesome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, every week we get new random viewers. I'm always curious, is this people who just recently found my channel or recently found out that I streamed, even though they've been following me for a long time? Like ABS. This is your first time joining the stream. Are you new to the channel overall, or have you been watching for a while? But we got Dragostorm, Darkness Crusader, what's up? HH257, Isaiah, we got Dale, Unforgotten Chair. People got some interesting names. Oh yeah, I gotta do the thing. I always forget. If y'all could help the streams out by, well, y'all probably already subscribed. That's why you get the notification for the stream. But if you can hit the like button, that'd be awesome. Hopefully it gives the streams more visibility. Unforgotten Chair recently just found out about your stream. Yeah, so I stream, for people who don't know, while we're just chilling here waiting for the first few minutes. Where's my water? I filled up a cup of water and I did not bring it downstairs. But yeah, I stream every single Wednesday night at this time, 5 p.m. Pacific. So if y'all want a place to just chill, talk to other nerdy, geeky people about PC related stuff, this is the place to do it. We got a pretty good community here. I usually have a random topic or thing that I'm doing every single week. This week, tech news is kind of slow. I don't have any actual hands-on project. I'm trying to finish up a video that I'm kind of late on. But yeah, that's why that video hasn't gone out yet. It will go out this weekend. It is a 3-way competition for $250 graphics cards, and a $700 build guide. It's a hybrid video, so yeah. But I thought it would be fun if we can come up with a cool stream topic. I can make a thumbnail for it. I can update the thumbnail, and I can make that thumbnail live on stream to show you guys the behind the scenes of how I make every week's stream thumbnails. In Photoshop. But for now, I'm just gonna chill with chat, see whatever's been up to. Unforgotten Chair, you've been subscribed for 2 to 3 years, but only recently found out the stream. So I've streamed on and off before in the past. Like back in 2017, 2018, I also streamed pretty consistently. Then I took a long break, but now I've been back streaming for over a year now, consistently, coming up on a year and a half, without missing a single week of stream. So yeah, every week, if you're just looking for a place to chill, you can do so here. What's up, Nemus Tech? And then Dale also has been streaming for a while. Yeah, dude. YouTube notifications, what are y'all doing? We got all these people who've been subbed for a while, and YouTube doesn't seem to be pushing, or you guys just might be busy when my streams go live. So yeah. It's just pronounced abs. People say ABS. Yeah, abs. Okay. Abs. You are Sam from Ethiopia. Nice. Yeah, we got people all over the world watching at all different random time zones. So, what's a good CPU for a 7900 XTX? Honestly, I would say any, like, you could probably pair a Ryzen i5 with it if you are money conscious, but I don't know, if you have a card like that, you probably aren't super tight on cash, or maybe you are now, like, because you bought like a $900 graphics card. I mean, you any current gen Ryzen 7 or i7 you'll be safe with. I would be comfortable pairing like a 13600K with that, even, or a 7600X if you're gonna be running high resolutions. Oh my goodness, did I change? I really hope I changed my stream settings. Okay, I did increase the bitrate this week. For whatever reason, it was at like 2,000 or 3,000 last week. It should be sharper now. We are streaming at 8,000 kilobits per second. So, yeah. What's up, Kevin? Igor 80. Okay, let me get my cup of water because I'm already starting to get dry mouth. So give me 1 second. All right. You got the Discord notification, but not the YouTube one. Yeah, I don't know, man. People, even though they turn on the bells and everything and sub, YouTube just does not always push out notifications. I guess it gets to a point where a lot of people that, viewers on YouTube, they end up subscribing and hitting the bell notification for a lot of channels, and I guess YouTube can only push so many out, so they probably prioritize other bigger channels or channels that you probably watch more frequently than me over mine, because otherwise, if they push every single notification out for everything you're sub to, everything you hit the bell for, you'll probably just be getting constant notifications all day. So they probably have some kind of algorithm dealing with that in itself. So yeah. What's up, Justin Alexander? Finally made it to the stream. I'm glad you're able to make it to one. I'm here every single week at the same time. So yeah, if you are free during this time, then you could, for the most part, make it, but you probably have been busy. So yeah, Riot Noob, exactly. Yep, a lot of people are saying Discord notifications is what. So yeah, I definitely need to be better about the Discord notifications. Today I put it out pretty late. I put out the stream notification pretty late. I put it out at like 4:45 because I was busy up to that point. So what do I oh, we can talk about 4070 non-TI leaks. Yo, is that the topic to open up the stream? And can we make a thumbnail off of that? Let me see. So RTX 4070. Were there some big leaks? Let me look at the date on some of these leaks. Dexerto, they had it 3 days ago. Okay, so they had a specs, performance, and price speculation. Without even looking at this article, I can probably guess the price speculation. What are we looking at? I'm thinking 650 is gonna be their target MSRP. But we'll see what that says. Let's see. Any other recent article leaks? Was that the only article? That must mean that there was not a huge leak recently. Okay. Oh yeah, if you join the Discord server, definitely post pictures, because I'm actually going to be going over some of them tonight, including one that I submitted myself, high detailed pictures of. But yeah, definitely submit your setup so people can see. Man, we got a look at this gallery going, and this isn't even everybody yet, because I forgot how many Discord members we have, but we have quite a bit. And how do we see this? Show members list. What do we got? YouTube members online's 192, and then how much are offline? Offline is like 4. Okay, yeah, so we got like 700-ish members. But yeah. I also had a leak before the stream started, Shane. Well, I hope most people had a leak before the stream started so that they don't have to take a break. Wait, ARC GPUs got a price drop again? Wait. What is the second price drop? This is the price drop that I'm aware of. 249 and 289. 249 from the 289. Let's take a new egg. Arc A750. This is the card that you will be seeing in this week's video. Yeah, so it's still, for the most part, the limited edition one is at least 250. I guess you can find like a ASRock Challenger model. This one has always been a little bit cheaper. So, was that? I thought that was a pretty normal thing. I remember I was seeing the ASRock model about $10 cheaper, for like the longest time. So. Let's take a look at this real quick, actually. What do you get? You get this creative bundle. Any games? What's in the bundle? Oh, no. Oh, there are games. Nightingale and the Settlers, New Allies. Okay. So there's two games. Two games I've never heard of. But, I mean, those must be worth something, right? And then you do get, from all these, Topaz Gigapixel is probably the only thing that, and maybe, I don't know if I care about XSplit. Does anyone here do any streaming at all that use anything that's not OBS? Like, there are a lot of ways you can stream. You can stream off OBS, you can use NVIDIA's built-in thing, AMD has a built-in thing, Intel has a built-in thing. You got stuff like XSplit, bunch of different programs, but I don't know. OBS is just what I've always used. I've never considered paying for anything like XSplit. XSplit is so 2011. Exactly. That's kind of my thought about it. I am sure though there are some people who still use XSplit though. It's a paid service. I'm sure it's like convenient and powerful in some ways. Chris, where you at? VMix. Chris, what are your thoughts on XSplit? Chris is, to me, like my resident streaming expert here, so him and EPOS Box, I go to their stuff to gain that knowledge of streaming. But thoughts on XSplit, Chris? I'm gonna assume that you're gonna say OBS is good enough. It's very good for what it does for free, and maybe XSplit has some stuff. I think XSplit used to have that cam thing that had a background removal, but even then, I don't think it's really. I can't see it's worth paying. All right, the net guy is here. Now we can begin the party. What's up, John? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. 2 weeks till Diablo 4 beta. Maybe we can play that on stream. How long is the beta period? I'm down to check it out on stream. Maybe we can get the mods together to play during one of the streams. How do I feel about APEVIA PSUs? I mean, actually, I've not bought an APEVIA power supply for years. The last time I bought one was when I was very ignorant about power supply quality, and I just went for the highest wattage one for the lowest price. That's how I used to buy power supplies a long time ago. So let's take a look at our quick reference here. And let's just see what APEVIA has. So APEVIA Prestige, so they don't even, wow, seriously? APEVIA's highest. Now this is not to say, okay, remember, my mantra has always been APEVIA, or not APEVIA. Take the power supply tier list with a grain of salt, right? Use it as a quick reference, but also do some further research after the fact. Now, just looking quickly here, based on the information that the people have, you know, the people of the tier list here have aggregated, APEVIA, and they could be behind too, right? This list may be like out, not up to date. New power supplies could be released all the time, and they may not make this list for months. It just depends on when a reviewer can get a review out there and when they could, you know, look through it to get it on this list. But APEVIA only has two, it's only located on the list twice. One unit in the E tier and one unit in the speculative C tier, which means that I don't think there's a dedicated review for it. Sitting in the C tier in the speculative position just means that is either based on just visual inspection and components, but not actual testing. But there is a Prestige. So you want an APEVIA power supply, look for the Prestige, if anything. And for the E tier, that looks like there was an actual review for the Jupiter, and it's an Avoid. So, which one did Chris just say? APEVIA 800 Prestige is a good OEM at a good price. Don't know about the other models. Yeah, and so to me, I'm okay with C tier. C tier and above, I'm completely okay with recommending. So yeah, I think Chris has mentioned this to me before. The 800 watt Prestige is priced pretty well. Let's see if that's still the case on Amazon though. Like 800 watt Prestige 800 for 67 bucks. 80 plus gold. I mean, you do have to take some of that with a grain of salt, because if it hasn't, well, to get the APEVIA is a big enough company, I would think that their at least their efficiency rating has some legitimacy to it. And remember, efficiency has nothing to do with quality. You can have an 80 plus gold power supply that completely sucks and will die on you quickly. It's just how much of the power from the wall is converted, how much of it actually makes it to the PC without any waste, right? So, Patrick McGovern says, I bought an APEVIA Raptor once and it was sketchy AF. The Raptor is not even on the tier list. So yeah, I can imagine that. Only time you were actually legit afraid of PSU was gonna catch fire. But yeah, like for one of these, I would totally consider it. Let's see what. Oh, they have PCIe 5 connectors now. Units, 75 bucks. Kind of crazy, right? 850 watt. So we don't know what the quality of this one is. I don't know if by having this connector in here, how much of the internals actually has to change. Hopefully not much if the speculative position of this was actually pretty good. But 75 bucks or 79 bucks for 80 bucks for 1,000 watt. This is when I would start to say, if you are using a computer that requires a 1,000 watt power supply, right? Are you really trying to cut corners and save 20, 30, 40 bucks on a power supply? Or should you just get something that's solid B or A tier, you know, from a different brand? Completely up to you. Completely depending on your situation, on your budget. But yeah, that's when I would start to question using like C tier power supplies. When you're already spending like 2,000 bucks on the rest of your computer, don't cheap out at that point. It's on the weekends only, Friday afternoon to Monday morning. Why? Why is the Diablo 4 beta not like a week long? I forgot how long the original beta was for Diablo 3. It was probably the weekend too. Why just the weekend though? Like, give people more time to play it. Maybe they're probably trying to like server stress test it, and weekend is when most people are off and able to like just no life it. So, yeah. Regarding OBS and XSplit though, I've noticed they do some interesting things with features and ease of use, but being paid in a world where OBS Studio exists and tons of YouTubers to help with OBS is a tough sell. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I'm so thankful for OBS. I could not imagine if I had to use the built-in like Intel or NVIDIA or AMD ones. Just looking at those software, they look so basic. You can add a camera, you can have your gameplay, but like we wouldn't be able to. I don't think we would be able to get stuff like this popping on the screen and just like chat box and things like that. So James S. Thought on SFX, a small form factor ITX build. So I honestly, I'm trying to think. Like, is micro ATX or ITX small form factor my favorite form factor? And I'm gonna ask you guys that because I'm curious what your thoughts are. What is your favorite form factor? So we only have 4 options we can do. So we're gonna say mid tower, micro ATX, small form factor / ITX, and then GigaChat. No, I'm not gonna say GigaChat. What's the full ATX tower? So full ATX is just like the huge cases. Like that's definitely my least favorite. Mid towers are just, you know, it's to me they're like mid. They're the standard, but I definitely do like micro ATX and ITX more. I just don't know which one. If we look at my history of personal cases, I would have to say small form factor ITX. My last 3 cases have been small form factor ITX. But that comes at the cost, like a premium cost, right? More expensive motherboard, more expensive power supply, and you have to be mindful of how much you can fit in the build. You can't fit as many drives in it. You can't fit as big of graphics cards. You sometimes have to go AIO cooling because of limited space. So you're spending more on that when you could use like a $20 Amazon air cooler otherwise. So, I mean, I would have to say ITX because that's just what I've been using personally. I do have a choice, like I could switch out to a micro ATX if I wanted to, but I like the smallest footprint as possible. But micro ATX is such a close second, and that's because of the price factor. Obviously, if price was not a factor, I think a lot of people would like ITX. But when you start factoring price into it, micro starts creeping up on it fast for me in terms of what's my favorite. Looking at the votes though, so far mid tower is winning. So the very standard mid tower is taking first place, but a lot of other people do like micro ATX. I'm very surprised. I would have thought small form factor ITX would have had more votes. I'm curious why it doesn't. And I wonder if it's because of the cost reason. Maybe I should have specified cost versus no cost. Demon Mitt says, micro ATX is all any gaming focused PC needs. That is true. But mid tower offers, yes, it does have more expansion to do more fun things. With the whole expansion thing though, like, I think it depends on how deep you go into the rabbit hole, right? So let's say someone wants to do like recording, streaming, music, all that stuff, right? I think you can still do that on a micro ATX. Like, CPUs and graphics cards are so powerful these days. Like, you don't need extra and then like motherboards have Wi-Fi built into them, right? When I think expansion slots, I think of like audio cards, which honestly I've never had an audio card in my entire life. I'm not a music sound snob, so that's why. But I've never had an internal capture card in any of my PCs in my entire life. I've either used external capture cards or I record via, you know, hardware or software encoding. So I've never personally, as a content creator myself, as a gamer, I've never had to use like extra expansion slots for anything. But I'm sure there are other professionals and individuals that definitely need like mid towers for more room and expansion. So that's a good point that you make, Demon Mitt. Dale said ITX is for office users who don't want RGB everywhere. No, there are plenty of ITX builds that have a ton of RGB in them. But there are also, I would say, from what I've seen, it's like a 50-50 split. There are a lot of ITX cases too that don't have like a transparent side panel. They're just kind of covered up, so you don't get to see as much of the like pretty internals. Just because a lot of times too, ITX, you're kind of cramming everything inside. So I bet case manufacturers, they're thinking, why put a transparent glass panel on it? First of all, heat is already an issue, so we need as much ventilation as possible. But also, what are we trying to show on the inside? There's like nowhere to tuck cables nice and cleanly. So for this ITX case, we might as well just put like, you know, covered mesh on it so that you can't see as much on the inside and keep it dark. Kryptonic HD says, Mini is so expensive for me, and I'm you're in Deal City, so yeah, it's gotta be expensive all around. ITX is too small. Okay, yep, I can see that. Yes, Ozzy did upload a video, and it's funny because I got into a. So Oz, when was the last? Okay, we'll go to his YouTube videos. Oh God, this is gonna be so loud.
A big thank you to.
Okay, so when was Oz's last upload before this? 3 months ago. Ozzy is a very busy man, living that 9 to 5 rat race work lifestyle. So yeah, he hasn't uploaded in 3 months, but he recently uploaded a video 3 days ago. It is killing it, and it's funny. Me and Kryptonic here, Luis, kind of got into back and forth with one of his viewers, one of the comments. I wonder if did Ozzy delete that comment? I think it's hidden now on his channel. But it was like some back and forth. Some dude was like, "You don't even know Ozzy," and it was like, actually, Luis does know Ozzy. We're all in like a secret DM together and stuff. But yeah, check out Ozzy's video if you haven't yet. It's pretty awesome. I love how so YouTube strategy for me, right? Whenever I do a video, I try to like pick round numbers for my target budget. And even if it doesn't come out to a round number, in the video title, I round it or I display a round number. So let's say a build comes in at like $549 or $543 or something. I would just say $550 just to make it nice and round. Because for me, I would think nice round numbers are what attracts viewers' eyes. And like when people are searching, they're probably searching for like $700 gaming PC, $800 gaming PC. They're probably not searching for $763 gaming PC, right? They're not searching that specific. But then we got freaking Ozzy over here breaking those rules. He 474, like he could have said $475, which is a little bit more of a rounder number. But no, this man breaks the rules, picking some arbitrary random number, and he still is killing it in terms of the views. So yeah. Always love Ozzy's content. I'm really hoping we see him this year at LTX. Speaking of LTX, who's going? I've asked this already in the previous stream, but who is going? Yeah, like so if I was to title Ozzy's video, I would have put less than $500 gaming PC or something around those lines. But what the heck do I know when Ozzy's video is slaying right now? So yeah. Yeah. Exactly, John. I only had $764. Your build is $400 or $765. Sorry, it doesn't work for me. So yeah, maybe I should play with getting really weird with the titles. Let me see if I could show you guys what is coming up in this week's video. I know I was like hinting at it last week and then I got behind and I didn't do it. But let me see if I can show you. Let me see if I can show you some pics of it. Here we go. Okay. I'll show you this one and then I will show you. Let's show some cable management, and then. This video it was a lot of work because it was testing 3 graphics cards side by side. And if you've ever benchmarked before, like multiple games, sometimes at different settings, you'll know how crazy it can get. But here, okay, so I'll show you these screenshots. So this is the upcoming video. Here is the build, right? So this was a build that I actually did for a friend, but since I had the build on hand, it was the perfect test system for the cards that I wanted to test. So yeah, the Talos E3, first time building in this case. I honestly, for some reason, I was confusing it with the E1 when I bought it. It was on a good price, so it doesn't matter. Like, it was a good price, and the build doesn't look that bad despite me putting a micro ATX into a mid tower. I, for some reason, was thinking it was a micro ATX the entire time. So I built it around a micro ATX board. And as you can see, there is some space at the bottom of the PC because I messed up, and this is a mid tower. But we were going for a white theme build and stuff, so it's not like I had a choice with that many cases. I also remember the way that I approach PC building is I like to use as many cases as possible. So I could have gone with a typical case that I've used before that was white, but I saw, hey, the Talos E3, it's white, it looks pretty good. And I've never used it before, so why not check it out for this build? So there's that side panel. Here's the cable management in it. It's a pretty basic case. You know, once you start paying more, you start to see things like the cable raceways to help in the back, maybe built-in Velcro straps. But this case, like many budget cases around the 60-ish, $50 price point, you don't get any of that. You just kind of have to zip tie with some of these tie-down points. But I don't know, I did the best job that I could. And then here is the A750, which is the feature card in the build, and it's going to be going head-to-head versus the NVIDIA and AMD counterparts. Yeah, you're right. A personalized V1 Tech plate would definitely cover it. Cover down here pretty well. The case cutouts, yeah. So So the nice thing about this here, maybe we can zoom in. So here, Gamdius was pretty smart about this. Not every case manufacturer does this, but they actually put a cutout right here on the motherboard tray, right below the micro ATX line. A lot of the times when I build in mid towers, these cutouts don't exist. So you have to run the cable all the way from the basement up to the motherboard, and that just kind of looks bad. But it was nice here because I was able to get a short cable run from this cutout because they were mindful and thoughtful of that. So this is pretty cool. I mean, so I don't have any major complaints about this case. What's really nice about the Talos E3, and you'll hear me talk about it in the video, is so the fans are true RGB. You can control the fans via the software on your motherboard, or you can use the built-in controller on the case. And it's not powered by Molex, which it has like a true 3-pin ARGB header, unlike a lot of other budget cases out there which have what I call fake RGB. So that's one good thing about it. I mean, if you look at, some people might complain that there's no airflow in the front because of the glass. But if you're doing budget builds, this works fine. You do have an opening here for some air to get through. And I'm not dealing with high-end components here. Temperature was not an issue at all. You know, we're talking about mid to entry-level parts. So it works just fine. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty fun video because the Intel Arc 750 that got the driver updates, was it a month ago or something? But I tested it in like multiple games against the competition, and the Arc A750 actually wins. It even beats the 6600 XT in a couple of titles, which I was very surprised by. 6600 XT is like the price to performance king right now at $250. So the A750 actually beating it surprised me a little bit. But yeah, you'll see all the results in the video this weekend. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Hey, post it to the Discord. And we can definitely check it out. We got stream submissions in here. So people are now submitting. We're 30 minutes in the stream. We had a pretty chill start, and then we were kind of randomly talking about stuff. Let me look at the deals real quick. I want to do this before we get into a PC part picker list by Tectonics. Okay, so I posted a deal last night. This deal, is it still going? It is still going. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna post. Let me get the short link for this so I don't kill you guys with that. Does this fit? It does not. Okay. So about this memory here. So Kingston Fury Beast. This is typically priced higher than like your team groups and your Oloy and your other more budget oriented RAMs. Kingston is, you know, a long running name, huge long term reputation and stuff. So they kind of price their stuff a little bit higher, especially like the RGB stuff. But this, we're talking about 32 gigs here, very standard stuff. True latency, 10 nanoseconds. That's 3200 mega transfers per second, CL16. This is going for $75 right now. Remember, 32 gigabytes, not 16. It's RGB. Honestly, I think this is one of the sickest looking kits of RAM out there. Like, it looks, you know, super sleek. It's not like, okay, let me pull up a comparison for y'all. Oloy RGB RAM. Like, there's a difference, right? Like, you cannot tell me these two kits of RAM should even be categorized next to each other, right? Like, this is like, I don't know. It's definitely a subjective thing, but this is on a whole nother like tier compared to this stuff. Like, yeah, you get RGB with this, you still get the performance, you know, the capacity, everything, but you look like Mogatu from Zoolander. So yeah, this is a good deal if y'all are looking for RAM at all, or if you have an upcoming PC build that uses DDR4 and you're not chasing like B-die and you're not chasing, you know, super high frequencies or low latency. I think this is the deal to grab. Looks good, like 32 gigabytes is gonna set you, it'll keep you set for a long time. And it's $5 shipping, so it's really $80, but yeah. Yeah, I've always called this the Mogatu RAM because it looks like Mogatu's hair. So to me, this is the Mogatu RAM. It reminisces of Mogatu's hair. Oloy looks like it was used on the Power Rangers set. Heck yeah, this was used at the command center where Zordon and Alpha 5 were like, you know, pressing all those random buttons and stuff. I mean, I can see where the Warhawks can, like, in certain builds, you can make it look good. But I just think overall, the simplicity of more squared off looking RAM like this that don't have huge, large profile heat sinks, I don't know. This is definitely what I gravitate towards. Looks Marble be like, looks like Transformer Optimus Prime. What is this? A roasting session of Oloy now? I don't, bro. It's not even green. Let me see Kingston Fury Beast. It's not even the green. It looks good in RGB too. Like, look, this is the DDR5 stuff, which I also think looks very good. Do they show it in any other color? Why is everything shown in green? What? Yo, who was on Kingston's advertising campaign and they set all the colors to green? I cannot find a picture of these. Here's one in red. And then there's a different set though. Oh, this set I'm not a fan of. What is that? This looks like they just put some RGB toothpaste on a toothbrush, doesn't it? It's kind of like got a curvy, wavy, like thick line going on here. We got, we got the very nice tactical looking Fury Beast, and then we got the toothpaste RGB right here. Yeah, sponsored by Aquafresh, exactly. Yo, shout out to Aquafresh though. Aquafresh is my go-to choice of toothpaste. So I'm gonna end the poll now. We do have... Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Green is for Envy. You do need to start training for the crew battle rematch. I need to talk to the crew, my crew, and we'll see. I'll let you know Friday or Saturday. Oh boy, we better not embarrass ourselves. We cannot lose 2 in a row. Oloy, more like oh boy. Trident Z looks good. Yeah, but Trident Z is expensive. Trident Z RGB DDR4. Let's see how much this costs. We'll look at Amazon and Newegg. Trident Z carries a premium. We're looking at 16 gigs for 60 bucks. When and this isn't even, where's the Amazon Prime? Do they have it? When, yeah, there's for some reason there's no Prime on this. But this is, so what is this? 3200 CL16. Okay, very standard stuff. Trident Z definitely, I feel like, is in a league of its own. It has a very unique look to it, and it also carries like a, it's held in very high regard. It has a very good reputation, but it is, you're comparing this like $45 RAM, so 45 versus 60, that's like a 33% price increase. But let's see what Newegg has. 60. So if you want the look, 60 bucks. I mean, I guess that's not a, it's not a horrible price to chase aesthetics for RAM, but I mean, we're finding kits that are like 40 bucks out here, without RGB, and then like 50 bucks with RGB. I don't know if, you know, to me, if this is worth it. You just bought, where was that from, Demon Mint? Was that new or used? 54 gigabytes. That's like their new, wait, no, that's a random, that's, how are they doing their new kits? 24, right? They're doing it in 24 sticks. So 54 is not a multiple of that. So yeah, what breakdown is that? Is that like a, would that be? 32 and yeah, 24, 48, 96. Yeah, typo. Oh, you had a typo. 64. Pfft, I totally read that wrong. Yeah. Okay, so was that new? 64 DDR5, 6400 G skill. Let's see if I can find it. You bought it for 200 bucks. It definitely is not going for that cheap here on. Ooh, okay. I think it's curvy and wavy. It's new, but secondhand. Guy said it has. Oh yeah, I mean, that's a good deal. That kind of sucks that guy probably spent way more for it, because it's going for 340 right now. But okay, thoughts and opinions on this RAM. Trident Z DDR4 I think looks really good. Like, this top tier aesthetics to me. DDR5? I don't know. I'm not a fan of wavy products in computer parts. Why is the camera, is it slowly slouching down? I gotta tighten it. Yeah, I am not a fan of wavy computer parts, like wavy stuff in parts. I think it, to me, looks a little odd. And it's kind of like curvy and got the waviness going on. I like sharper, squared off, like triangular, tessellated, you know, shapes. So to me, I like the DDR4 better than DDR5. DDR5 looks like Singularity Collection from Valorant. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Singularity Collection Valorant. I don't play Valorant. I just benchmark it from time to time. Oh, Singularity. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, you are right. It does. It totally has some of this vibe going on. Yeah. Interesting. The Lone Gunman says, see the way my bank account is set up? I can't even look at these parts. Looks like a straight knife. You have a build posted with that exact kit in the setup channel? Is it one of the newer ones? Let me see. Let me see what it, okay, so there's also a big difference between when you look at RAM, like in pictures, but when it's sitting by itself with no motherboard, no cooler around it and stuff. But once it's installed, you really only have like the front profile you're looking at and maybe like an angled one. So it might not look as bad there. Let's see. Demon Mitt has it. Here we go. So in a build itself, we are looking at, so this is from Demon Mint. Let me open it in a browser so we can get bigger pictures. And we got two profiles. We got kind of like a side, almost a front profile on it, as well as a side profile. So yeah, I mean, it's in black, because when it's in black, in like slightly a darker internal of a case surrounded by black parts, I would say this actually looks this looks good actually. But when it's sitting by itself, surrounded by a white backdrop, this doesn't look as good. But in a build, yeah, okay, it looks good. The Lone Gunman, how's my day going? My day is going great. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was a bit nervous today because I didn't have a specific stream topic to talk about. Nor did I have anything to like physically do on stream. But as always, once we start getting into stream, talking to chat, the direction the stream goes it's just like perfect. I love just doing off the top stuff like this and just seeing where the chat takes us in stream. And right now we're talking about RAM aesthetics, and I'm down for it because, you know, we don't do this often when there's a lot of tech news going on and all that. So, also, Kevin goes right. We could do gaming streams if no topics. I'm just nervous about gaming streams though, because every single time in the past, once I start gaming, viewership falls off pretty noticeably. But if you look at right now, we're above 100 viewers, and we're just looking at RAM aesthetics, and it's fun. But every time I pop on the games, people get less interested because, first of all, I'm not like a good gamer, and the types of streams that I specialize in and I'm good at is not gaming. It's more of talking, you know, showing what's on browser, and going through stuff like that. So that's just my take on the game streams and stuff. So it's because my viewers don't play games. I mean, I feel like everyone plays games. It's just people are so particular about the games that they play. Sometimes I mean, even me too, right? For the most part, for right now, I'm just playing World of Warcraft. I am playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and trying to hop in Sons of the Forest more, but I'll do that more this weekend, with multiplayer and stuff. But yeah, like, it's just when it's a game that I don't care about or don't play, it's really hard for me to watch it. Roblox with viewers? Oh my goodness. Okay, we gotta do a poll. Here's the thing is, I have no issues with people playing Roblox. Honestly, people play even dumber games than Roblox, right? And that's subjective. Like, you should honestly play what makes you happy. Who cares if there's a bad reputation on a game, and what people think about it? Like, Roblox has a reputation that kids play it, right? But what are y'all's thoughts on Roblox? Okay, there's two options here in the poll. It's anonymous voting, so vote truthfully, right? If you think it's cringe, vote that you think it's cringe. For me, I think it's fine. Like, I do not care if people play Roblox or any other kids game or Fortnite or whatever. If that's what makes them happy, that's what PC gaming is all about. But Minecraft with viewers is another suggestion. Dude, the thing that keeps me from Minecraft is for me, the graphics, honestly. I know that's a bad reason. Graphics should not be a reason why you play or don't play a game. But I can play Valheim and stuff. Valheim doesn't have the best graphics. I play WoW Classic. That doesn't have the best graphics. It's just something about the Minecraft graphics that I dislike so much. And that's a subjective thing. It's a very personal thing. I can't get myself to play it because of the way that what is the guy's name? Steve or Minecraft? Let's see. Like this I just can't get with the aesthetic of it's kind of like South Park, right? Where their feet are like stuck to, well, I guess when they move, it goes back and forth, which to me looks super weird, but I don't know. It's just, I could never get on board with Minecraft. I can get on board with so many other survival games, survival gathering, hunting type games. I could get on board with. I just can't do Minecraft for some reason. I think the blocks are too big. I've talked about this before, but like so Minecraft, I think it's considered a voxel based game, which is like cube based, right? Like squares and stuff like that. There are other games that are voxel based, but the resolution is a lot finer. Like if you take a look at this game called Cube World, which ended up dying because I backed this game when it first came out. But if you look at it, look at the cube sizes of everything. It's I thought it's the resolution in general is just a little bit more fine than Minecraft is, right? You can get a little bit more detail. It's not as big of blocks for the most part in this game. So so yeah, what's the other game? Trove also is a more like, look at it, the voxel size, like the cube size is a lot more fine. It's not like Minecraft, like there's a little bit more fidelity in it, I guess you could say. But yeah, could never get into Minecraft. Just get shaders. Just mod it a bit and problem solved. But modding it only changes, like, I guess I've seen the RTX. You still got these big cubes that have like good luminance and like, you know, see-through and reflections and stuff. It's not like it changes the size of the cubes. What is this? This is Roblox? Okay. Alright, we're checking this out.
Now believe me when I tell you that this game that you're looking at right now, which you may have mistaken.
This is Demon Mitt posted this in the stream suggestions, by the way. Thank you for posting this, Demon Mitt. Let's take a look at this.
For say Call of Duty is actually Roblox. I know. Now, I saw a recent viral tweet by Creekcraft about this game, and I just had to know if it was real. So I installed it, and it actually is. It's called Frontlines, and it's an experience created by Maximilian, a Roblox game studio that seems like it's run by a handful of young indie developers. Frontlines is more or less Call of Duty 4 that you can play in a browser. It runs like butter, has decent visuals, and amazingly, the gameplay isn't bad. I thought it was gonna be. The gunplay is surprisingly competent, which is actually hard to do in any video game.
This is crazy. Roblox is more of a game engine these days versus what people think when someone says Roblox. Well, yeah, so there's Roblox in what you see in like the viral videos, and you know what you typically see. I don't often see stuff like this.
It's
but holy crap! I mean, I'm super impressed by this. Wow. Danny about to be a pro Frontlines Roblox player. Wait up. Okay. So you guys have to fill me in. Can you do this? Can you play this Roblox on browser? Isn't Roblox like you can do the browser versus the client? Or am I mistaking that for like RuneScape or something like that? Is Roblox also still browser like capable? Oh, it's an app only. It's just a copy. I mean, but it's using the Roblox engine, so I still think that's impressive. App only, okay. You have to download last. Oh, okay. I mean, are you playing this in the Roblox like launcher? Like, do you open Roblox to get to this? If you do, then this is considered Roblox, not, you know, like another separate game. Yeah, so this is Roblox, right? You open the Roblox program to play this game. Yes, so yeah, we can't deny them that, right? You gotta give them props where props is due. This was done in Roblox, which I mean, you can do that in what? You can do stuff like this in other games too. Gary's mod being one of the other ones. I don't know. What's it called? Like DayZ was based on Arma 3, right? So the thing is though, I feel like in all those other games, the mods still look like the base game, whereas in this doesn't look like what most people know as base Roblox. Like the different models that they've brought in and all of that, it doesn't feel like the same base game at all. Oh, Arma 2, okay, got it. Yeah. PUBG was also based on Arma 2. Yeah, and those, they look like Arma. They don't look completely different. What happened to DayZ? I don't hear much about it anymore. DayZ, I think, is still going strong. DayZ has been a game that I've kind of wanted to get into, but it's so old that I'm just... Let's see. DayZ player base. Steam charts. DayZ. 24-hour peak. Oh my goodness. 44,000. That is a lot of players still. All-time peak was 63,000. And then last playing 6 minutes ago was 24. That is a ton of people still. So DayZ is still alive and well. But if you look at it, let's say I was born in 1900 for show. Yeah, all-time reviews as well as recent reviews are very positive. The only issue for me is, when did this come out? Why does it say 2018? Was that because that's when they went from being forever in an alpha or beta to officially announcing it, or to releasing it? Because it is definitely older than 2018. But yeah, it's $45 still. Am I being a cheap ass for not wanting to spend $45 on such an old game? It went in alpha in 2013, but I feel like people were playing it as almost a full game well before 2018. Does this ever go on Steam sale? I don't know. So, I mean, I got Sons of the Forest now. How much was Sons of the Forest? If y'all ever want to play, Sons of the Forest is $30. I bought this. It's gonna give me my survival. It's not zombies, right? It's like cannibals. Yeah, but it's a similar thing, like gather, survival, building type of game. But this is newer. This well, it's in early access right now, but once it's fully released, it's gonna be way newer than DayZ is. And I have a feeling it's going to be a very positively received game if it's anything like the original Forest. And yeah, it'll be just more modern and new, and hopefully have a healthy player base for a long time to come. So yeah. Yeah, so for me, this was the better buy for $30. And we know that because this game is still in early access, it's still actively being worked on. I'm not saying DayZ is not actively being worked on, but games tend to over time slow down on development. You know, that's just like the nature of things. Yeah, it is. It's definitely an alpha state. But I've had plenty of fun playing alpha games. I'm very curious. Games like this, they could be an alpha / beta / development, not fully released for years, right? Like we just saw what DemonMet said with DayZ. DayZ was... what was it? Yeah, DayZ went alpha in 2013 and didn't even full release till 5 years later. And then okay, now this brings up, we're like pivoting all over the place, but I really like this because we don't often talk about actual games on the streams. We're so PC and hardware focused that we forget. Turn off the FPS counter sometimes and just play the dang game, right? So I'm gonna end this poll. Most people think Roblox is fine. We're gonna go into another rabbit hole now, talking about alpha games. Star Citizen. I'm pretty sure there are some people in the chat right now who have played or are very interested. There's gotta be at least one person out there super interested in Star Citizen, right? This is crazy. Like, I remember back in like it must have been 2000. I get my like 2014s, 15s, 16s, 17s kind of all. It's all like a big blur to me. But back at least over 5, maybe 6, 7 years ago, I downloaded the Star Citizen. What was that? The like standalone kind of like test that you could do where you just walk around the inside of a ship. How is this game not released yet? This game, the crazy thing is, this game has had like a crazy amount of coverage over the years. You made the mistake of buying a $400 ship. Do you still play it though, Alexi? Do you play it or like have fun with it at least? Or are you just like completely done with the game, you're mad about it, and you're $400 out? So, Star Citizen has made a ton of money selling like in-game ships and stuff for real life money. And they've had tons of backers because on the, like, if you look at, what the heck, why did this webpage break? If you look at the game itself, it looks like such a, what would you say? They have a lot of dreams and goals that they want to achieve. I just don't know how much of that is actually achievable. You can play it now. How much does this thing cost? Is it on Steam? Starter pack, $45. Do you have alpha is playable now, new content feature with major pack. Okay. Looks like you have to pay at least $45 to play. Yeah, there you go. Ambitious was the word. It was like on the tip of my tongue. Waste of money. Waste of money, ambitious. Yeah. So, but all right, I'm curious. How many of you have seen this? Because in one of my late night Google YouTubing escapades, I have buried myself in a deep rabbit hole and have found, very related to the PC tech space, Star Citizen. Gamers Nexus covered Star Citizen alpha. Is this the only video? Was this the only one? So here's Gamers Nexus back in 2015 on their own official channel. 3,699 views. Crazy, right? They had an interview with the developers. So here's a benchmark. It's a modern day pyramid scheme. Someone buys an expensive ship, then has to get 10 of their friends to buy it in game to use the ship. Wow. We just kind of, isn't that kind of crazy? How everything I've seen about Star Citizen, it seems like it is blatantly a scam, vaporware, pyramid scheme, whatever you want to call it. Yet it still exists and has a lot of backers, almost like a cult, right? And I kind of feel bad because there might be some actual people who really support Star Citizen and still like believe in the game. I don't have a horse in this race, so I can't really talk except for based on what I've researched. But I mean, where's the interview? Let me see if I can find that interview. But it's crazy because like Gamers Nexus, oh here we go, extended edition. So if you look, look at look at Steve. This is back in 8 years ago, 2014, 5,000 views at PAX East 2014. Gamers Nexus, in the earlier days of their channel, covered Star Citizen quite a bit. Look at all this. What year was this? 7 years ago in 2015? I mean, I'm very curious. I would want Steve to do like an update Star Citizens video because, I mean, Gamers Nexus, in my opinion, is a channel that is very popular among PC enthusiasts. They're held in a very high regard, very respected. They look out for the consumers, you know, stuff like that. They had a lot of Star Citizen coverage back in the day. I'm very curious. Have they talked about this recently? Does anyone know? Like, when I saw so much Gamers Nexus coverage of Star Citizen, it kind of blew my mind. Like, this was just not something that I would have expected. Demon Mitt says, it looks super cool. It's a game I would want to play, but I won't touch it with a 33-foot pole till it actually releases. No point. Yeah, I don't even know if I've not seen a roadmap of when their expected, like, actual launch date is. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. A Gamers Nexus update of Star Citizen would be interesting. Dude, I'm about to tweet at Steve about Star Citizen. Because it's just crazy. Maybe I need to post this clip to Steve. If you do it, please get the full context in there. Don't just like make it look like I'm bashing them or anything, because I'm totally not. But yeah, would be awesome to see a response. How badly optimized the Star Citizen? I'm actually not sure. Sent the link. I want to crop the frame. Use it. Let me see. Where did you send it to, Demon Mitt? Oh. What am I looking for? Memes and funny? Not memes and funny. Oh! I see. Send that link in Discord. Got it. Yeah. Let me get that clip. We gotta find a good picture. What is the most baby Steve face that we have on here? 9 years ago, 2013. All right, here we go. Yeah, the title is not being shown, so here, I'm gonna send you the video, Demon Mitt. There you go. You can clip whichever you want from it. But yeah, this is crazy. Going back 9 years, March 2013. Oh, I mean, that's 10 years by this point, right? We are in March 2023 now. It's crazy how long Gamers Nexus has been making content and doing like very high quality work. And it was, when did they actually start taking off? I feel like it was 2016 was maybe the year where they started like really gaining numbers. We can actually look this up. What is that website that like rates channel growth? Social Blade. There it is. So we look at their all-time subscribers. Gamers Nexus, see monthly. So if we look at how far can we zoom out on this? Oh man, we can't zoom out anymore. They used to show us like the full thing. Now you have to pay for it? What is this? Wait, there used to be a way you could zoom out. Let me see if I can figure this out. Nope, that's not it. Reset zoom. No, yeah, this website definitely limited it. Yeah, Social Blade. I can't. You used to be able to like see the entirety of like straight up since the beginning of the channel for free. It looks like you might. Oh, total subscriber. Nope, that's not it. Can I zoom out on this one? This one goes back to. Yeah, so even in 2020, Gamers Nexus only had they weren't even at 1 million subscribers yet. It was only within when did they hit 1 million? Yeah, they had a huge spike here. So it was in like late 2020 when they broke 1 million, which is kind of crazy given that we just saw them making content ever since 2013. If you go on their website and look at some of their old articles, they put out quality stuff for years. Yeah, they hit 50k subs 6 years ago. I think I remember that. They were under 100k subs around the time I started my channel. Oh, Wayback Machine. Good point. The Internet Archive. Let's see if we can find this. Nope, that's not gonna work. I don't know if we can use the link for the... let's see. Maybe we might be able to. If we just go back to like 2016 and we go to here and I search, that's not gonna work, right? Because the way that it snapshots. Yeah. I don't know if we can find Gamers Nexus on here. It's not gonna work. Yeah. Yep, there's no way to bring it up because it has like a unique URL that probably changes over time. Yeah. You found it? Oh! You probably can't link it though. Because YouTube is dumb and does not let me let people link stuff. Unless you, oh, you posted on here. Here we go. Tectonics with the find. 2017. How did you find this? I put in the exact thing and it didn't even give me an option to choose dates. Alright, here we go. Total. This is subs per month. They were at 90,000 subscribers in 2017. Which is crazy. When I was over a year into my channel at that point. I think I had like 14,000 subs, and Gamers Nexus was under 100,000. Just like think about that for a second. They were so what's it called? Slept on for the longest time. Interesting. Yeah, but all right. Yeah, am I coming for them? No way, Jose. Are you kidding me? I'm not. Honestly, like when I first started YouTube, it's so easy to compare yourself to other channels, especially back then when that's when like all the budget tech like stuff where I felt was really booming. Like when I got into it. I mean, it could have been booming before, but I'm speaking in terms of like all my friends. We were growing at the same time. Like you're talking about like the Toasty Bros, Scatterbolt, Aussie. When JD Tech here was still making videos, Tech by Matt, you know, that crew. Like 2016, 2017, all of us saw such explosive growth. And so my memories of that time was like I was super competitive. I was constantly looking at them because I didn't ever feel like I wanted to get left behind. And by this point, I mean, we all have different subscriber numbers now. I think Aussie was in the lead for the longest time in our first and second year, but now Toasty Bros is like they pulled like well ahead of everybody else. So yeah, YouTube is definitely one of those things where you cannot look at other channels and try to compare yourself. It's everyone has different size teams. Like if you try to compare like Toasty Bros to say like either myself or like Tech by Matt, or I think Scatterbolt still does everything himself, right? Like you're comparing a team. Toasty Bros, I don't know how many employees they have, but they're ripping out like 5 videos a week at this point or something crazy like that, and they have a whole team of people, whereas like I'm a solo. Like I do everything by myself. I think Mark and Matt does everything by themselves. I don't think they have editors. They've had editors in the past, but they for the most part edit their own stuff. So yeah, definitely YouTube is a competition with yourself. Try to improve from the past version of yourself, and that's about all you can do. Jason says, I can barely do once every 10 days. Yeah, even I'm struggling. Look, I was trying to get this ARC A750 video out and try to keep a 1 week upload, one video every week, but it's a struggle sometimes. Sometimes you run into, for me particularly, I could wrap up a video in a week probably, but I try to get too wordy with it or too technical, or I want to look at, I tend to spend like hours, if not a day or two, on stuff that ends up being like a 10-second, you know, mention in a video. Like I try to cover all the details and cracks that I can, and when you start to do that, you spend a lot more time than, you know, just making more of a surface level style video. So like when I was benchmarking, I was like, all right, I'm doing Cyberpunk, but wait, there's Cyberpunk baseline performance, there's Cyberpunk with upscaling technology, there's Cyberpunk with ray tracing with no upscale, there's Cyberpunk with ray tracing and upscaling across 3 graphics cards, and I'm looking at all the data, and that's gonna be like a 20-second segment in the upcoming video. It's just like, I am very bad about dedicating too much time to crap that people might not even care about, so yeah. Dale says, would you promote and grow on TikTok? Honestly, I think YouTube Shorts is making a lot of big moves right now. And I've seen what TikTok growth can look like. I don't think I'm the type of person that would be able to make viral TikTok content. Whereas on YouTube Shorts, with the whole monetization stuff, like that's more like that's more compelling to me, I guess. I don't know what TikTok's pay structure is right now. I know it's been very bad in the past, but there's also, you know, TikTok could go away any day now, depending on if different laws go into place, things like that. And kind of like how Vine went away, right? But with YouTube, it's so integrated in a way where you can have people go from YouTube Shorts, go directly to your videos and your channel and check out the rest of your stuff. I know it makes sense to try to branch out, but man, I tried to branch out to Instagram, and oh yeah, if y'all didn't know, I don't think I talked about this on stream, did I? My Instagram got just completely deleted. They deleted it. They didn't tell me why. I'm Nerd on a Budget 2 now on Instagram. So if you used to follow me, if you have Instagram, if you want to drop a follow, that would help. I had to start all over. Over the year, like I started my Instagram in 2016, and I think I was at like maybe 2,000 or 3,000 followers with like, you know, a decent amount of posts. But I had to start all over because Instagram decided, for whatever reason, that it wanted to delete my account. It didn't tell me why. I tried to submit an appeal. They only have an automated system. You can't like talk to an individual. You can't email an individual. You have to use their stupid built-in help me. My account got deleted. I went through that. They didn't give me my account back. So it's just gone. Poof. The good thing about YouTube is if anything happens to my YouTube account, I've had good luck with pinging them on Twitter, and they were able to like remove copyright strikes and stuff for me. And it kind of sucks because it only happened because I am a medium-sized creator. If you are a small content creator, you're probably gonna have like bad luck on YouTube. But the fact that I am now like a medium-sized, I got the check mark, you know, I passed 100,000 subs or whatever that is. Doing stuff on YouTube, should anything bad happen, they are more likely to give a crap about me than any other platform. So Jason Witmer says, I have like 1 million views on TikTok, but it doesn't amount to anything. It feels meaningless. Yeah, TikTok views, I feel like the translation between TikTok views to follows is, it's just like way worse than a YouTube view to a subscribe. Like, people are more likely to just watch your thing on TikTok and just scroll right past you onto the next thing without even thinking about interacting, liking, or following. Whereas on YouTube, that ratio is a little bit better. Yeah, Jason Whitmer has 1 million views and only 600 followers. I feel like if you popped off with a 1 million... Well, I guess it depends on the topic, but 1 million views on YouTube... I had less than 1 million views in my first month on YouTube, and I'm definitely an outlier. This is just anecdotal, but I've seen this on multiple channels too, though. When you get a viral video on YouTube, it can easily propel you into like the thousands of followers just from one viral video. Yeah, in my first month on YouTube, which is very not normal, I hit 1,000 subscribers after 4 videos, and it was from my first video doing like maybe 100k views. Jason Wimmer says, I see hot girls dance on TikTok and get like 20,000. Yeah, if you're wearing yoga pants or booty shorts on TikTok, you might have better luck. Alright, we are almost an hour and a half into stream. I'm going to take a look at some of the build and setup submissions just because we didn't get that much time to do that in the previous weeks. We do have some stuff submitted even as of today. What the heck? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so we looked at this is the last one we looked at last week from Demon Mitt. I remember we were talking about the gold and black color schemes. So we will start from there. We have Grim Reaper and actually no, we're gonna work backwards because I don't even know if all these people are watching stream right now. FG204. I guess it's time for you to be a hot girl. I mean, anything is possible in this day and age. So this is Abs' setup. It's taken me 3 years to get the setup to where it is, but they are happy with it. Let me zoom in on here. For some reason, Discord text is tiny. 3 years to get to this point. PC specs. They've got a Ryzen 750 700X, MSI MPG X570S Carbon Max Wi-Fi motherboard. We're working with 32 gigabytes of pretty standard RAM and 2x16 240 millimeter NZXT Kraken AIO RTX 3070. And then storage wise, they've got 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte NVMe coming soon for a total of 7 terabytes of NVMe storage. That is a lot of storage. All Western Digital Black SN770s. They do have a gigabyte P850G MB2. What is the B2 again on the tier list? See, gigabyte. Don't worry, this shouldn't be the fire hazard one. P850GM. PGM 1000 watt. Massive quality control issues. See put now by F tier. 1000 SKUs have been. Wait, where's the? This is the V2. I wonder if it doesn't have a designation yet because there's no. Because it's newer, right? The gigabyte controversy wasn't even that long ago. But I mean, I'm sure they fixed it and it's fine. Corsair 4000D airflow, and then you got your whole set of peripherals here. Hey, you got Keychron V1. Keychron represent. Okay. Let's take a look at the setup itself. Ooh, look at that cable management though. Zinkia Sharma says, so are we gonna see another LAN? So actually, there will soon be 2 LAN videos coming soon or in the works. I was not able to fulfill my goal of getting the Texas LAN video done before this weekend. That was the goal and I couldn't do it. But it will now be shifted towards the front of the priority line. So Texas LAN will be very soon, and then the next LAN party stories, which is the winter edition, will be sometime after that. So hopefully in the first half of 2023 there will be 2 LAN party stories videos for y'all to enjoy. Okay, so let's take a look at this build. So here it is. I'm liking the black and purplish color scheme. Very clean. Look at this cable management though. Look at this cable management. I'm trying to figure out how they cable manage this thing. Yeah, what the heck? Where are all the cables? The angle of the picture is definitely. I mean, are they I guess the desktop is thick enough where you could probably run some channels back here to hold it all. But yeah, this is clean. Everything's under the desk, zip tied and velcroed. Oh, really? Under the desk. Okay, I guess I can see that. So the good thing about doing stuff under the desk is unless someone is like straight up, you know, unless someone goes up to your desk and they're just like trying to go all the way down to look under it. From most viewing angles, when you look at a desk, it's either from like level with it or from the top view. You're not going to be able to see much of the cable management when it is directly adhesive to the bottom or, you know, velcroed or zip tied. So yeah, very clean. Very, very clean setup. And you got all your controllers and stuff here on the side. Right here. Yeah, same here. So, kind of. I'm like, most of my stuff is under the desk. Let me see if you guys can see. If y'all can see. So I do have a lot of stuff under my desk, but I'm also a lot of times moving systems around. I need like stuff. So like the cables eventually make their way down and yeah, they just start hanging down. But eventually I tuck them up and clean it up again, but then I do stuff and then it just gets all over the place. So yeah, under the desk is definitely the way to go. Get a power strip that can handle everything, stick it under there, and yeah, go to town. Plug everything in, and it looks super clean. You did very good, Abs. Very good. This is very clean. Isn't the Razer Keo like am I confusing it, or is that the very expensive? Oh, okay, it's not the super expensive webcam. I thought that was like their $200 one for some reason. But yeah, super clean. Next up we have an N8. Oh, is this Nate? Is this the other Nate, or is this a different Nate? But anyways, we got ooh. Okay, well these dudes just opened a new window. Very nice. Nice. Okay. Let me see. Ooh, look at this picture. I like the lighting like on this picture right here. This is very aesthetic Instagram vibes. You got your cup here. It's kind of like dark. You got kind of like the wooden is this? I'm trying to figure out what this is on the side. Kind of look like a wooden board, but it doesn't match the rest of the walls on the room. So what do we got here? We got a Ryzen 5800 X3D, a RG Strix B550, Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 32 gigabytes, EVGA for the Win 3 Ultra Gaming, GeForce RAM, or not GeForce RAM, but GeForce 3090, 1000-watt power supply. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Very aesthetic here. I'm trying to see, is that a portrait monitor setup? I can't tell. It looks too wide to be portrait. Like it does look tall, but it looks like almost a square aspect ratio for some reason at this angle. Like it looks like it's not a typical 16:9. It definitely is like wider than that, or taller. Giant Golem says, yeah, the RM series from Corsair is like, I'm pretty sure are they all top A tier? I don't think I've seen an RM series. Maybe the RME might be, but yeah, just consult the PSU tier list. But Corsair RM should be at least B, if not A tier. Yeah, dude, there's tons of models up top too. Yeah, they're all in the dark, kind of like, you know, looking over menacingly at the PC desk setup. It's a regular 24-inch monitor. Very interesting. Yeah, for some reason it looks so like more squared off. Very nice, very nice. Thank you for the submission. Hopefully these are for people who are still putting together the setup. Hopefully this, you know, encourages them to put. What the heck? Why is this not? Oh. And hopefully it encourages them and gives them like ideas and inspiration. Oh, we got a video on this one. Let's go. Oh, there it is. Hey, we got Zelda theme. I just noticed it was Zelda theme. Is that what the background is? It is. It is Link in the background. I think, okay, so someone asked about Zelda games earlier. I'm not sure if they're even in stream anymore. But Zelda games. Yeah, I played a lot of Zelda games growing up. I kind of stopped after I transitioned to being a PC gamer. Like, Zelda... What was the first Zelda I played? Let me look it up, actually. So, Zelda... I think it was A Link's Awakening. Zelda A Link's Awakening. Not that one. The SNES. Oh, no. A Link to the Past. Yeah, this was the Game Boy one. So, A Link to the Past was the first Zelda game that I've ever played. I don't know, how old was I at the time? 7 or so? On the Super Nintendo. Then, that got me into a lot of other Zelda games, like the Game Boy one. The Oracle, I had Oracle of Ages, not Oracle of Seasons. Then of course the N64 ones. And then did I play the game? I stopped after N64. I did not play GameCube ones. And then it wasn't until I didn't even play Breath of the Wild, but I kind of played it. I watched my wife play it, so I got through the story of that by watching my wife play it. But yeah, we're pretty excited about Tears of the Kingdom, aka Breath of the Wild 2, is what I like to call it. But yeah, definitely am a fan of Zelda. It is a game that I have put many hours into growing up. But we take a look at this. Yeah, so this is a very cool. And this the Jay's 2 cents, or is this the Bitwit? Which mat is this? I forget. I think they both have like a line art style one. Ocarina of Time. It's so weird because when you played Ocarina of Time as a kid, when it came out, it was like, man, this world is so big. You got your Hyrule Field, and then you got all the different little zones that it breaks out into. It feels so big. But if you ever go back and look at a map of, like, let me see, Zelda Ocarina of Time map, you'll notice how really small it is compared to modern day like open world games. Now the OTT map. Yeah, I mean like this was it right here. This was pretty much the entire thing. I mean, you do have the dungeons which aren't shown on this map, but in terms of like where you could go that wasn't like a dungeon, it's pretty small. I'm trying to get a look at those figures, but it's not. Here we go. We can zoom in more. Yeah, so you have, I mean, you've got the plate going on. You got both plates, I believe, with there. What was this plate? I'm assuming these are B1 Tech. Oh, you got the Fierce. That's the Fierce Deities Link. That was like the coolest version of Link ever, with that sword and like the white eyes. Adrian says, "Rip, joined late. Do you have any favorite Switch games?" I don't play the Switch too much. My wife and I tried to do split screen Resident Evil 5 recently, which I think Resident Evil 5 is fine. It's I don't know. Games, unless you played it at its original release, sometimes they don't hold up as well. Resident Evil 5 is fine, except on the Switch. Let me show you what we're dealing with here. Co-op, single screen. Like, so we're playing on the TV, and this is how Resident Evil does their split screen. And this is, I don't understand why some games do their split screen like this. Look at all this wasted space on the side. Obviously, because it's like a port or whatever, they're like trying to do the minimal amount of work to get the game to work on the Nintendo Switch. But even on our TV, which we have a 75-inch TV, so it's, you know, it's a pretty big TV in our living room, our eyes hurt playing like this because of the way Resident Evil 5 didn't do a vertical line for split screen, and instead decided to do these two small boxes with all this black space on the side. Everything is so tiny still. So we played through like a lot of Resident Evil, but then eventually we stopped once Hogwarts Legacy came out, and my wife got on that. Yeah, what the heck? Why did even Hyrule Warriors Calamity? At least this one's a little bit better. Back to Zelda. Hyrule Calamity, it's a little bit better because they at least make use of the entire screen. They don't have the black crap on the side, the black bars, but it is still horizontally split, which is terrible. It's just like you could have made the image so much bigger doing a vertical, because it is a widescreen. Better use of the space would have been a vertical split and not horizontal. Yeah, it is literally the standard for couch co-op. So unfortunately, I don't like, the only reason for me personally to play the Switch is to game more with my wife. Because I've got plenty of PC titles I could get through. So, yeah, this is Dynasty Warriors Zelda. They have a demo on here. We played it. It's actually pretty fun. It really feels like you're in Breath of the Wild, like the world and the, you know, because it has the same characters and graphics and art style. But um, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to get me to play the Switch, but I'm sure I'm gonna be watching my wife play a lot of Tears of the Kingdom. So just do Stardew Valley co-op. The thing is, my wife already like pretty much did everything in Stardew Valley, and I don't think she's the type to replay a game from scratch. Once she's done, she's like just moving on to the next thing. So I don't think she would play co-op with me in that. The issue is all of these Switch games, they do have co-op where if you have your own Switch, so 2 Switches, you could play via like link or internet or whatever, and you get the whole screen to yourself. But anytime you're trying to do I feel like they did this on purpose. They made the couch co-op experience bad to try to convince you to buy a second Nintendo Switch so you can get the screen to yourself. Imagine not having 2 Switches. Yeah, exactly. I am an average AMD user. But yeah, that was my tangent about Zelda and the Switch and everything like that. But this PC is very sick. It is following that kind of the Incredible Hulk or the Joker purple and green color scheme. So it looks pretty sweet. Next up, we have my post. So my post, which if you're on Twitter at all, or if you on the Discord server, you probably have already seen it by now. Or if you watched the video, though the video I did not have a glamour / B-roll section because it was so long that I needed to cut as much out of the video as possible. I did change the thumbnail, I did change the title. Video is still not performing as good as I would hope, but oh yeah, for sure. Take it easy, abs. And yeah, hope to see you in a future stream. But this is the build that my mom put together. And honestly, like you saw in the video, I didn't help my mom actually install like entire components. Like for the AIO, I helped her hold it in place while she screwed it in. But in terms of slotting everything in, she put in the CPU, put on, you know, the pump block, the RAM, the graphics card, the Wi-Fi card. She installed every fan by herself. She did the cable management completely on her own, which I thought was like way cleaner than I have ever done when I first did my first ones. Of course, nowadays I do cable management like this all the time, but you know, most people will never really reach cable management like this on their first attempt. And I definitely told my mom, like you saw throughout the video if you watched it, I was like guiding her, saying like, hey, like you see those holes that are open, you could use those if you want to make it cleaner and stuff. And then she decided to do that. So yo, Jan's here with the Dino Nugget emojis. Yeah, Jan, this is Jason, aka leader of the Texas Land Crew. So yeah, dude. Okay, regarding the LAN, I'm not making excuses or anything, but you saw the LAN footage. I think I included it. Our 2 carries are Casey and Other Danny. Other Danny freaking went in random. He didn't like choose a character to be that synergized or anything like that. He literally chose random and got Lucio. I think that's who he was playing. So this time around, we're gonna make sure he picks a character that he can carry hard with, because I'm pretty sure the other, the Texas Land Crew, they had some strategy when they put their team together. So, how about both teams? Well, we can't do just both teams random. Random ARAM for sure works. Oh wait, why is this not here? So random ARAM for sure, that's just for fun and stuff. But if we do Summoner's Rift, you can't do random, because then you're not gonna get like, you know, 80 carry, what's it called? Caster carry, support, jungler, all that stuff. So I think that would be too random. Riot Noob says, I loved watching your mom build. I was raised in a Thai family and my mom would be so tenacious with a build. I mean, If I bet if I would have posted this PC, pictures of this PC, and said that I built it, people would have believed it. Like, putting a PC together, it's really hard to like get your own, I don't know, style or iconic look. Unless you start doing stuff like I think a lot of people, like Zach's Tech Turf, right? A lot of people can recognize his builds because they always have custom cable extensions. He always themes it to a single color LED light, like you know, he does everything red and themes it with red cables, or he does like one color scheme. He likes to paint a lot of his cases, or like Dell Optiplexes, or he likes to do white or black builds for the most part. Doesn't really, I guess there's not many other options aside from that. So yeah, like I think most people, if we were to put like a random nerd on a budget, random Toasty Bros, a random Oztox Hardware, random Scatterbolt, random Zach build all next to each other, people are definitely gonna be able to tell Zach's build for the most part. I think everyone else just is kind of like me though. Like a build like this, I personally think looks good. Yeah, you could buy custom cable extensions for anywhere from 20 to 30 bucks, but I think the black cables look fine. I'm cheap. Like, yeah, I forget, like, do people realize how cheap I am? If we're looking at, like, real brand versus, like, Kroger or a generic brand at a grocery store for, let's say, like, cheese or milk or eggs, and the price difference is, like, 20 cents, I'm going with the generic stuff. Right? Obviously, that's not always the case. If the generic stuff is like a cereal brand, then maybe it's a little different because that's texture is different there. But we're talking about like milk brands. Come on, milk from generic versus milk from Dairy Gold is the same thing. I'm saving that 20 cents. Okay, I see the lower price, I go for it. So when it comes to things like cable extensions, where it literally cable extensions have no performance benefits. I'm thinking carefully because I don't want people to say, well, actually, I can improve it, right? Cable extensions, for the most part, have no performance benefits to a system. It does have aesthetic benefits. If anything, it makes cable management a little bit more annoying because, especially if you're using extensions, because that's the cheap ones that most people use. They don't use like the replacement cables. They choose the extensions, which add more clutter to the cable management. And if you choose a random cheap brand, if there's bad quality control, if anything, there might be a risk of, you know, damaged cables or just worse quality cables. So I typically don't put them into build guides. Obviously, if people want to, they can spend the extra money on it. It's just not my thing. Maybe I would consider it more to get rid of at least ketchup and mustard cables, but if we got black cables like this, I don't know. I'm okay with this. The only argument to that is that when I do like really aesthetic builds, and you've seen it when I do builds for my friends and they're really going for that aesthetic look, I will use custom cables. But for typical builds, you know, that are more budget focused, budget oriented, I'm good with plain black cables. Yeah, exactly. They have a chance to be problematic because think about it. These companies, they're trying to sell you the cheapest. Well, not all of them, right? But there's a competition in the cable extension space where companies are trying to be the lowest cost one so that they pop up on Amazon first when you sort by lowest price and stuff. So I've seen cable extensions as cheap as like 18 bucks. And some of them use some really questionable like wire gauges. So not only do they add more clutter to cable management, if you buy from a sketchy company because it's priced lower, you know, you're adding another part that didn't need to be there into the system, and it could just be another point of failure. So that's just my thought on cable combs. I mean, they make a system look nice. They're just not like a thing that I obsess over. You've seen cable extensions be the cause of some janky issues. Normally they're fine, but if your computer is doing weird stuff with them installed, then yeah. Not only that, but sometimes like we've seen the issues that come up with PCIe riser cables, right? So people now all of a sudden want to mount their graphics card not like this, but now they want to mount it like this so that you can see the fans and that it's pushed up against the glass and everything, right? You got to get the riser cables, and then those have their own issues sometimes if they're not the same like type, compatibility wise. So all for the name of aesthetics. I mean, come on now. Demon Mitt says, I just had a riser cable cause significant PCIe errors. Had to get a new one from Thermaltake. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with any of that crap, man. Adrian says, I never understood cable extensions unless your PSU cables are too short. I mean, sometimes they can be justified. I mean, we just saw some up there, but like, I'm trying to think of any examples. I guess, did I just use white ones for the most part? Where's my submissions at? Oh, do they? These don't get archived, do they? No, they shouldn't. I'm sure I could just pull up any old Demon Mitt one. Okay, and then I guess there's these ones too. There's the Lee and Lee streamers, which is like a whole different category. Like, you get crazy RGB lights and everything. Oh, here it is. What the heck? How did it just finally pop up now? Like, in some cases, right? Like, I think using black cables here would have actually looked off. I think, like, for something like this, the, what's it called? For something like, jeez, Discord, why are you doing this to me? For something like this, like, cable extensions make it look way better. Oh, hey, it's Joel said something. What happened to Christopher Coonan? You haven't seen him around? He had a falling out with basically me and the other mods. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much on stream, but just it wasn't only for me and the other mods. Even other members of the Discord community were kind of sketched out by a lot of the stuff that Dr. Coonan or Christopher Coonan was claiming. So basically, a lot of people, myself included, thought he was lying about a lot of stuff. So brought that up to him. He didn't take it well. And yeah, so that's that. Okay, so I mean, I'm not sure. Did you ever get any vibes like that from him? Maybe you didn't, but I've had multiple other members tell me like something was kind of off there. Rflet says, I can't get on Discord because it requires a cell phone, which I'm unallowed to own. Are you allowed to use a family member's cell phone, like your parents? At least so that they can keep track of what you're doing? I don't think you can use a digital number, like a virtual phone number. But I think you might be able to use a parent's phone number, which you would have to get their consent to do so. So can I look at your setup? It's the Black 5000D. Where's that? Was there a new post? Next we're gonna take a look at Demon Mitts next though. Let me close these. Look at this, all white build. Ooh, okay, the streamers look really good in this. Holy crap. Yeah, that pink, because the streamer cables are already white. So getting that pink glow on them looks really good. So streamer cables, they're like $70 I think if you buy them bundled with. They're like 120 if you get the graphics card one and the motherboard. You only need those two for the most part. Yeah, they don't even make these ones, I don't believe. for CPU power. It's just the 24 ATX and then the PCIe. But yeah, I mean, very clean looking build. I am actually very surprised. This is the silver arrow card, right? So from different, like, when I did the white build, I purposely avoided the silver cards. And the fact that you straight up have turned it and are showing the silver, but it still meshes together with the rest of the build very well, I'm like, I think this looks really good. Like, normally I would think the silver it would be detracting from the white, but I am noticing that it is probably because we do have like a black motherboard in here with silver like heat sinks and coverage right here. So yeah, I think for a white build that's not like completely pure white, but majority white, yeah, this is super clean. What are the specs on this thing? 13600K. What else we got? 32 gigs of RAM, Z790, 4070 Ti. Yeah, very, very clean build here from Demon Mitt. How much did you sell this to the customer for? What did you price this at? Yeah, when you start spending money on pure aesthetics, kind of like my friend James's build, right? Okay, before I'm not even gonna look at your answer. For this specs, I mean, I could easily see this being $2,500. Let's see what he says. Oh my goodness. The spec is worth, oh, it was 1,000. Okay, I didn't think it was that much in aesthetics. So it cost 2,400 spec wise, but then you spent like another 1,000 on aesthetics. Okay, I mean, I could see it after doing the One Piece build for my friend James. I saw how easily it was like to just pump that number up just for aesthetics, especially when you're going with name brand stuff like Corsair, their fans, their AIOs. It's just like twice the price of, I don't know, like ID cooling AIO and stuff like that. Yeah. So let's see what else we got in here. Someone said they had a 5000D. Is this the 5000D one? Was it Gamer Boy Cash? Been collecting, yeah, 5000D airflow. Okay, so I think they wanted us to take a look at this. CPU is a 12600K B660M, 32 gigs of RAM, 6800. I feel like that's just not a. I don't often see 6800s in builds. It's usually like 6800 XTs or like 6700 XTs. So pretty interesting to see that in here. It's the Asus Tough version with the 5000D airflow. Performs amazingly. It's quiet, and I love the way she looks. Costs around 2.5K AUD. Okay, so Australian here. We got 2 monitors in this setup with the mic arm. Are those rubber bands for the boom arm shock mount thing? Is that like, did it come like that stock, or was that a fix because the original bands broke? You bought your graphics card from your college teacher? That's cool. I don't think I would have ever I don't think I would have ever bought any computer parts from any teachers of mine. And then here's the build itself. Again with that purple and blackish theme. Very cool, very clean looking build. Alright, Joe, take it easy. Have a good one. Uh-oh, back to Star Citizen. Let me get off this screen so I don't accidentally somehow, because I'm in incognito mode, so I don't know if it's gonna make me log in again. I don't want it to accidentally dox myself. Okay. Alright, and I think that was it since last week. Oh, we have Grim Reapers, which we didn't take a look at yet. So let's take a look at this. 5900X 3070 Ti B550. Okay. 2 monitors. Let's take a look at the setup. this Naruto, right? I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of Naruto, however you want to say it. I've never seen a full episode. But I know, I recognize the aesthetics from it. The little headband thing that they wear with the metal plate on it. Yo, people at my high school used to wear Naruto headbands, just like normally. So, dang, how many years ago was that? 16 years, 17 years by this point? Oh my goodness. The issue with Naruto is, how many episodes are there? Like a bajillion, right? If they ever released a Naruto Super type thing where they get rid of the fillers and just did like main storyline stuff and the main arcs and kind of like condensed it down, I would probably consider watching it. But they're at 500 episodes. I thought it was more. The original series has 220. Shippuden has 500. Okay. For a total of that, how much does One Piece have? One Piece at, oh my god, 1,053. I don't know how my friend James watches this stuff, man. 1,053 episodes. Let's just assume a typical show season is what, like 20 episodes long? That's 50 seasons. And it's not done yet. And One Piece isn't done yet. Is reading the manga? But okay. The thing, oh man. I am not a huge anime fan. Despite me having like this Gundam graphic style tee and stuff. I do enjoy watching anime. I've read manga before. Like, I read Attack on Titan because they were taking so long after the first season. I was just like so curious about what was going on and stuff like that. So that's when I read like my first actual manga. And even I didn't keep up with that. But regardless, I appreciate the amount of work that goes into animating manga into what anime is, right? Like the fight scenes, instead of seeing like random frozen shots of it, animators filling out those frames with like crazy action sequences. To me, I just can't. Like, I can't just read manga. So I don't mind waiting for anime to come out now, just because it's less reading. I'm not a big fan of reading. I never liked reading growing up. But I don't think you could ever get the same experience in the manga that you can with the anime. But if you flip that, I think you can get the full experience of the manga, or most of it, when watching the anime. It just takes forever to come out. But I don't know. People who are more diehard fans might have a different opinion than that. But that's why FLCL is the best of all time. 6 episode. Wait, what's FLCL? Am I? Oh, I've never even heard of this. 6 episodes, huh? 2 new seasons totaling 12 episodes. Okay. When did this come out? I've never heard of this. Released in 2000, 2001, 6 episodes, yeah? Huh. 12 episode series always hit the hardest? What other short series are there? We're talking like maybe 20 episodes or less. How long is the episode runtime? 23 to 31 minutes. Yo, what was Dragon Ball Z episodes? I could have sworn Dragon Ball Z was like 18 minutes, man. Dragon Ball Z episodes on Toonami was like the worst. Do they have the runtime? Where's the runtime on it? Dragon Ball Z episodes. Time slot, runtime. They don't have it on here anywhere, but I know it was short attack. Yeah, exactly. 2 minutes of plot with grunting. Flashback, talking to yourself. I know I have the strength within me to defeat Frieza. I just need the power of the forest animals and stuff, and river, and the earth, and trees. Yeah, I mean, we make fun of Dragon Ball Z as an anime, but I feel like it was the gateway anime for so many people that it will always like be memorable and hold a special place in our heart. Like, I will still always get excited when I see like Dragon Ball Z stuff, you know, out in the wild. They're coming out with a new Budokai, aren't they? Or a new, is it a Budokai or is it a different one of the fighting game series? But yeah, there's like a 4th one coming out. DBZ was, yeah, first anime, definitely. A lot of people. Kiss Exis is a wholesome family anime. I'm not gonna look it up. I don't want Arflet to be banned. Arflet's been in the chat and in the stream for a while, so Kiss Exis. Jason, why do you say that like you know what it is already though? Why does Jason Witmer know what Kiss Exis is? Because you watched it? Then why can't I look it up? If you watched it, I'm a grown adult. Oh, Edge Runners. Dude, okay. It's just like now we're talking about anime. I love how the direction the stream has gone throughout the entire stream, which we've already hit 2 hours. So we gotta start wrapping up soon because I got stuff to do. I got a lot of stuff to do actually before this weekend. But Cyberpunk Edge Runners, yes. If you have not seen it yet, you don't even need to play the game. The only thing I've done in Cyberpunk is benchmark freaking Neo Tokyo or whatever that area I walk around is. So I haven't even played Cyberpunk except for the intro to get to the part where I benchmark. But Edge Runners, you could totally watch it without playing the game, and it is so good. Does anyone in here think Edge Runners is a bad show or anime? Anyone? I think also the English voice acting is really good too. So if you're not a person who likes subs, because Cyberpunk is really, it's based on a world where they speak English, like if you play the game and stuff like that. They did a really good job with the English voice acting. So you can watch it like that without reading subs too. I actually watched it like that first, and then when I watched the sub version, I thought it felt weird and off. So it's your choice. Edge Runners was definitely pretty fire, and the dub is amazing. Very good, very good. Yeah, it made you buy the bug mess of a game. Yeah, I bought the game just to benchmark well before the show, but it made me it makes me want to play the game more if I didn't have all the other stuff that I was playing. It's a much better experience now. Yeah. Liz, what's a good pre-built right now? What's your budget? It depends. Are you good with new or used? You like to watch mostly slice of life anime. I'm trying to think. Have I ever watched the slice of life anime? I think I usually watch more like action oriented, the superhero ones, comedy maybe. What do you consider Dr. Stone? I enjoyed that one a lot. That one's probably more of on the action side of things. Your mate wants to buy the game because of Edge Runners. Yeah, dude, Edge... It sucks that they're not planning a season 2 or like another spin-off, as of right now anyways, of Edge Runners. But, I think, in my opinion, just based on what I've seen, Cyberpunk Edge Runners is like more popular or better than the game. Like, because they're able to do so much more cool things with the animation. Whereas in the game, it's a very typical first person, you know, like when you're attacking in a game and stuff. It's not as fluid of like swinging your weapons and freaking parkouring around stuff and fighting. Like the game is definitely a more toned down version because it's, you know, they have to fit it within the engine of the game. Yeah. What's up, Gamer Game? Yeah, the anime definitely was more creative. And it's just because they're allowed to be. They're not confined to something that you have to allow players to actually control with a controller. They could do things that you just cannot do in the game. Liz, you have $1,600 to spend. All right, before we wrap up stream, just because I do always like to look at pre-builds. Off the top of your head, $1,600. What pre-built company do you guys typically lean towards? I've been finding that NZXT usually carries a pretty good value. Skytech, last time we looked at them, was kind of questionable in terms of the specs that they had. I do like Starforge Systems, but they've had some changes to their PCs too. NZXT refurbs, actually, there we go. If you can find a refurb that is from a big company, that is the play, because they still give you a really good warranty builds. Let's see what they have though. I haven't taken a look at NZXT refurbs for a while. Refurbished sale. So we're gonna sort by lowest price. What do they got here? They have a 3060 PC with a 5600X in it, 1TB drive, 16 gigabytes of RAM from a pre-built company for $1,100. That's actually not bad. Not many companies are gonna give you a 3060 for around this much. But let's keep going down. You have a little bit more to spend. So we're looking at either 1530 or 1684 in the current NZXT refurbished stock. We're either looking at a 5800X 3080, which actually, honestly, not too bad. Or a 30... Oh, okay. Why is this build so expensive? It's got an 11700K, I guess. Oh, it's got a H7 flow as opposed to H510, but you shouldn't really care too much about the case. This one has 500 gigs. This one has 1TB. Yeah, so NZXT, this is a weird pricing for them for being almost $1,700 when I feel like this one has a better graphics card, has more, it has more storage, it has the same power supply. I mean, it's AMD versus Intel, but this is the overall better value for $1,530. Sergeant Reaper says, I don't recommend Skytech, stay away. I had one and refunded it and went with NZXT. Yeah, so NZXT, I've recommended their PCs based on like spec and price to a number of people by this point, and I've not heard a single complaint. I've recommended stuff from the refurbished. I actually, we talked about it, me and Mod Kevin Ngo for one of his friends. I recommended their super high-end build with a 4080 in it to one of my other friends from WoW. I've recommended it like multiple times. Zero complaints from the people who have bought it through my recommendation before, so... I mean, obviously, that's also anecdotal. I'm sure NZXT has their fair share of problems, like with every company, but I think I mean, time and time again, every time I randomly take a look at them, they do provide pretty good value. Yeah, and Kevin Ngo, his friend has had this... Wow, that was 6 months ago that we talked about that, Kevin. Yeah, that's crazy how fast time flies, and they have no problems with it. If you don't want refurb for whatever reason, honestly, to me, refurb from a company like this is almost as good as new. They've checked it over. You get a warranty with it. Like, with a new build, the parts are already unboxed and assembled for you. You wouldn't know the difference for the most part. But they have 3 different builds here. Player 1, 2, and 3. So they just kind of rehauled their complete lineup. And they renamed it. Huh. Or they added more. Let's see what custom rebuild. Player 1, 2, and 3. Cool. Wow. They did an overhaul on it. They used to call it like streaming PC and gaming PC and stuff like that. Interesting. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let's take a look at the specs before we end the stream. 12600K, 3060 Ti, 16. God, come on, NZXT. For $1,300, I feel like you could have fit 32 gigs in there easily. 1 terabyte SSD. Tectonics. I was kind of doing stream submissions throughout the stream. I was popping in there and pulling out some of the links that you guys had. It wasn't a... And then I also looked at people's builds that they submitted for the stream. But I didn't, in stream submissions, I didn't look over PC... Like, I looked over this. I looked over some of these links. But I did not look at every single thing. Oh, here's the game DS that Demon Mint posted, by the way. Looks... kind of similar to the one that... Oh, actually, no. Did you change? No, it's the same. Yeah, so it's very similar, except mine was in green. You did put a pretty expensive NZXT motherboard in here. But, yeah. 1999, you got a 4070 Ti, 5800X. Okay, that's about as expected after the builder markup. And then for the $4,000 PC, you are getting a freaking 16... whatever a 4090 is worth. 13900 KF. 64 gigs of RAM. Come on, man. This should be a 2 terabyte though, in my opinion. You're spending $4,000. Let me see. Let me see these specs. Okay, NZXT. I think there's a problem here. I need to message NZXT. There's no way they're really trying to put a 750 watt power supply with a 4090, are they? Are they? Huh. Citrus, how late are you? Yeah, we're almost done. We are over 2 hours into stream, but welcome, Citrus. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, no. So Jason, $4,000 PC can play Fortnite only at what was it? 169 FPS at 1080p. This might be because they put it on epic settings with Lumex, whatever the freak that thing's called, and that's like fully ray traced. And if that's the case, then I can see it, because ray tracing performance even on top end graphics cards is kind of sad. Yeah, so 4090 with the 13900K. Yeah, there's something wrong here. I'm gonna talk to the NZXT rep, because either this is a typo or they just launched these series. So yeah. League of Legends has more FPS on the cheaper PC. Where? 410 versus... Yeah, this is... What the heck? Yo, they should pay either, like, viewers or other people to look over their stuff before they launch it. So, why is League even a benchmark? League... I think League... Dude, I benchmarked League in the video coming up, and it got like 200 plus FPS. I think League is a benchmark because it is still a wildly popular game. And there are some people who care. People who pay very competitively and spent a lot of money on 360 Hz monitors. Some people who care between the difference of 240 versus 360 FPS. Like, to them... it matters. So I can see why companies still put it on their benchmarking charts. I still benchmark it depending on... I try to not benchmark it unless it's either a potato PC or if it's like a system where, if we're talking about the ARC cards, the DX11 performance got an uplift, so that I compared it, right? But yeah, for the most part, I try not to do League. I hate getting into the League launcher. It's just so annoying. Plus, I have to have a replay file so that you can have side-by-side equal performance. And then the replay files, they become obsolete every time League patches. So then I have to play a match. It's annoying. Yeah, you can easily look up stuff for benchmarks if you would need to. So, yeah. I need to watch it to end the stream. Okay, we're going to watch it to end the stream. Honestly, every time I benchmark League of Legends, I kind of get... So I used to play League of Legends back in season like 1 and 2. Not super competitively, but just around that time frame. You know, this was like 2009, 2010-ish. I played it a lot. That was what me and my college, like, housemates, we played. So I haven't played it since like after season 2, which means a long time, right? I don't know what the meta is. I don't understand almost half of the stuff going on in the game. But recently, every time I benchmark League, I kind of want to get back into playing it. It has such a huge player base. It's a very wildly popular game. I rage when I play League though, or I used to rage. I wonder if I would rage now. Like, I used to get very mad when I got teamed up and I had a carry, not a carry, but like a feeder on my team, or even when I performed poorly, I used to get very mad. So, I don't know if I need that kind of negativity in my life anymore. Citrus is plat 4 on League. Haven't touched grass since 2015. Yo, Citrus, you trying to carry some of us on League? League is fun casually. I stopped playing because it feels bad. Yes. Okay. That's exactly the mindset. It feels worse to lose in League of Legends than it does feel good to win a match. It is not a balanced, like, feeling. Yeah. ARAM is always fun though, and I don't care if I lose ARAM. It's fast enough and it's random and chaotic, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get back in the League. I think Jan and Casey and all of them plays it very, like, frequently. But Jason wants me to pull up something to end stream, so we will do that. Because Jason Witmer, you want to see what comes up when I type in Jason Witmer? Is this you, Jason? Oh, here you go. You are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th picture, but the only picture, and then you got a bunch of other people. He used to live in Houston. You hate him. Jason Witmer, MD. He's a doctor. Are we about to go down the Jason Witmer doctor arc here? No, I'm kidding. Okay, Jason Witmer YouTube. Okay, we got a YouTube shorts from Jason here. Mod Jason. First PC build fail. Huh? Where's the sound? Where's the sound?
My first gaming PC, and you see right here I've got the 6700X and my...
Okay, it's very quiet. Give me a second to do the volume. My Google... What the heck? My volume is up. Why is YouTube shorts...
First motherboard, this is for my 10...
You sub to Jason Witmer and I'm enjoying the vids. Yeah, Jason makes good content. Mod Jason is like... He makes very good YouTube videos and shorts and stuff. Okay, here's my thing.
Sorry to say, guys,
I hate this, like... I just was saying, oh, I don't want to invest in TikTok or my efforts into TikTok. I want to invest my efforts into YouTube shorts. I can't scan the video, so like if it's a 1-minute video and I miss something crucial, I gotta rewatch that thing from the beginning, which is probably like design in there by design. But also, I can't adjust the volume. Literally, it's either mute or not mute. My volume for Google Chrome is as loud as I could put it. Like, you want to hear in VLC player the relative volume? Sorry, I probably just bursted your guys' ears doing that. But that's how loud it's supposed to get. Not being able to control volume, and now the volume's too loud because I need to turn it down on VLC in my volume mixer. So we can't hear this. Let me just mute.
This motherboard, this is for my 10900K. So to install a CPU, all you gotta do is pull up this little lever, drop this in. Oh shit. Oh shit.
You're such a troll, Jason.
God. Shit. Building my first gaming PC, and you see right here I've got the 6700X and my first motherboard. This is for my 10900K. So to install a CPU, all you gotta do is pull up this little lever, drop this in.
Oh my god. So that is actually, it looks like it is an LGA, yeah, 10th gen. So it is LGA 1200. The actual motherboard that you needed, kind of. It looks like kind of a low-end motherboard if you actually did have an i9. You probably didn't, but yeah, it's not even, yeah, it's a 6500. What's the story with the motherboard though? Why were you so okay with bending the pins? Unless you're trying to fix it on purpose. It's a bricked motherboard. Can you still like? So why aren't you trying to return it if it's bricked? Are you just crap out of luck? You can't return it, or did you brick it? So that's why you can't return it. Well, the story about this is, moving on. Yeah, so,
Sorry to say, guys.
what is this
Sorry
one?
to say, if you ever need to use.
Yeah, see, what the frig? Why are all the rest of these volumes okay?
Guys, I sold my Steam Deck, but I got something way better. Let's go. Sorry to say, guys, I sold my Steam Deck, but I got something way better. Let's go. If you ever need to use your Steam Deck. Sorry to say, guys, I sold my. If you ever.
Oh my god. Also, when you're using YouTube Shorts on desktop, it randomly like scrolls to the next thing. Like, I'm trying to stop on here. Stop it. Stop. Let me watch this video. Stop. Why? Why do you keep scrolling away from this? There you go. Jeez. Alright, you need a link to Jason Witmer's shorts. There you go. There's Jason's shorts. Definitely check him out. He's pretty hilarious. Okay. And you're gonna be seeing him in the Texas LAN party video. Alright. Oh man, I'm tired. That is gonna be it. Oh man, I have not checked my phone for the last 2 hours. Hopefully I did not miss any phone calls. Never mind, I'm not that popular. Nobody cares about me. No missed texts or phone calls. Wow, sad day. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it for the stream this week, y'all. For having no topics beforehand to talk about or anything to specifically do, we sure filled out this 2 hours pretty easily. So I want to thank all of you for that, because without you all, I would just be here talking to nobody. So hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hopefully, you're enjoying the community we built here, where every Wednesday night at the same time, we can all get together and talk about whatever random crap with each other. But if you want more of this, we do have the Discord, which I did not promote. If you are new and have not joined the Discord yet, we do have a new link up. It is very limited, very exclusive. Yeah. Join the Discord if you want to just chill in there too with like-minded people. But I'm just going to spend the last few minutes here reading chat. 69th like. Heck yeah. Thank you for the like, Bach. Have a good night, Hazard Me. See you later. Craig Lilly. Ew, do I really want to see Jason Witmer shorts? Oh yeah, Jason does wear shorts in Texas. See ya, Spider. Have a good night, some Asian guy. You made it to the end of the show, T-Rex. You are here for the very end of it. Yes. Adam Sandler and you do have a similar fashion. Oh, like a slightly bigger, oversized shirt and shorts and flip-flops. Good night, Daddy, says Nguyen Assassin. That's a little weird, but... Would I ever do something like Scrapyard Wars, or have you done... Yeah, I've already done Scrapyard Ward related stuff. Kind of. With other tech content creators. We've done multiple of them in the past. Budget Build Showdown is the first one, but we've done other build challenges with used parts and stuff like that. Haven't done them recently because a lot of people are busy, myself included, with other videos, so it's hard to sync everyone's schedule to do it. But yeah, Discord link doesn't work. Why? Discord, why? I make a new link every single week, and for some reason it doesn't work. Why does it not work? I do this every single time. I do this every single week, and the link for some reason just decide not to work. Christian, the stream is over. Please join the Discord to ask that question. Fine, I'll answer right now. You currently have 5600X 3070. What would be a viable upgrade path? 5800X 3D, if you feel like your CPU is being bottlenecked at all, or upgrade your graphics card probably to, honestly, from a 3070, you shouldn't get anything below a 4070 Ti or like 7900 X or XTX. You could keep the 5600X, but it will bottleneck once you throw in a more powerful graphics card. Alright, that's gonna be it for me, y'all. Take it easy, and I will see you in the comments, hopefully, of this weekend's video and next week during the stream. Bye bye.